Hi, this is Nana, and my background, I've been working in the HR talent space, more executive recruiting, talent acquisition, talent management space for the last 15 years. And I've been working across Asia, Europe, the Americas, and some part of Israel, which make it across 5 continents that I've been working, recruiting, and helping company with talent mobility within the company as well. So yeah, for the past 15 years. And on top of that, I've been doing executive coaching for the past 5 years, helping leaders to elevate their leadership and embrace diversity so they can increase performance in their team and in the company. I think we were taught in one way that is, you work hard, you be A students, and then you'll be fine, and then you'll get a good job, and then the company will hire you. But that is not it, because when you come out of the academic setting, you will have to sell yourself. You need to show your expertise, show your experience, show how you different than the other candidates out there.
I'm Alan. I'm currently a web analyst at ICOWay platform. I work with Quan, and I recently graduated from the University of Wisconsin-Madison with a master's degree in economics.
And I hope that Ellen, in this presentation, you will be representing all the recent graduates, class of 2021. Asking the questions,
Yeah.
ask me questions, ask Nana questions, and learn a little bit more how you can narrate those compelling stories that you have built through your 4 years in college, right? Or 2 years in college for job
Yeah.
interviews. As Nana said, show your enthusiasm, so show some excitement in your voice.
Yeah, because when you're reading, it's like sometimes you just, sometimes I think the listeners can, figure out whether you're reading or not. And it really didn't feel like so authentic in that way.
You know how I can tell? Because it sounds robotic. It sounds robotic. And then when you focus on reading, when you focus on memorizing, you are not present. So when I ask different questions, then you stumble on words and you can't answer.
Yeah, yeah, that's also what I experienced in my very first few interviews. Yeah, I just very focused on the words that like I'm speaking, and I just ignore what the interviewer asked me about. Yeah, so really, I would say practice makes perfect.
Yeah, always
Yeah.
practice. Yeah, have your interview buddy ready. At least tell me about yourself, walk through your resume. You got to be very fluent with that.
Yeah, and Nana, do you have any tips for international students to get better prepared for telling stories? Because there are many different kinds of questions that they may encounter during the interview. So, how can they, you know, get prepared for the questions?
So it sounds simple. Do a lot of homework. When I said do a lot of homework before and into or even before you apply for a position, I'm sure that you already have some informal interview with certain people, or if you don't, then try to have that before you apply, or do homework about the company, reach out to a few people that might know somebody in that company and learn more about it. What's the cultures like, what are they really looking for in candidates, and then do your own homework. Do I have anything that I can contribute to this role, to this position, to this team in particular. Why do I want to work there? First of all, you focus on you, right? Before you ask anything, you focus on, why do I even want to work there? And then you create a story from there, as not from outside in, from inside out. And when you create the story from inside out, then you will find a value that you can provide to the company. And that then you can find more information to meet you in the middle, because you have inside out information and then outside in information, and you married the information, then you got your story. So that is way that I would like to recommend um, international students to do it, because each every one of us is unique, and each every one of us has thing to offer. We just need to really find it, and then find a story from within that relate.
Yeah, I love this point. And I feel that it's really important to get to know the company and match yourself with the position. Like how can you like add value to the team? So prepare for this kind of stories can be really helpful. But I also, based on my experience, I also know that there's always can be some questions that you haven't prepared when you do the interview. So do you have any suggestions for students to maybe match other stories they prepared before, or how they can answer these questions during the interview without
So
saying no?
So like the normal questions, like, why you, why our company, and tell me about yourself, tell me about your experience and skills, etc., etc. These are the basic questions that you have to go through. But there might be some brain teaser questions that you might just read sometimes. These days, I don't think they ask that anymore because it's not relevant. But sometimes they'll be asking as well. So maybe read that a little bit. And sometime presentation interview, whiteboard interview, they will ask you on the spot to, if I just keep an easy example, sell me a pen. I have an orange pen for you. Sell me a pen. Or they will ask you to do thing on the spot. My recommendation would be just be yourself. You do all your homework, you bring self-confidence to the table, then just be yourself. And that's the only way for you to win the job. But if you didn't do any homework on, why do you want to work in this role, why do you want to work in this company, and why is this company important, what kind of value can you bring, you will not be able to find any relevant answer to those whatever that they will be asking.
Yeah. Kwan, do you have any suggestions for students to prepare for the unexpected questions?
Always prepare for unexpected, right? Um,
Yeah.
Practice your improvisation skills. That is so important for networking phone calls, for job interviews. What is improvisation? What is improvisation? It means you you are there. Be a good listener and react to whatever comes in front of you. Create a conversation instead of trying to come on like jump on a call and bring your script with you. So when you're on the call, ditch your pitch, but be there, pay attention, listen well, react to what you hear. So that is improvisation. And if you remember one of our students, George Chong, right? And he said about he improvised during the job interviews. And yeah, the interview went over. It was meant to be like 30 minutes, but it went over time. They enjoyed the conversation so much. Yeah. And That can be your story too. Like when you're on a call with the interviewer, ask lots of good questions, share your story, and ask back the question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I think that's why you know, the company get back to me. This, the job opportunity that I shared with you. The
Hmm.
company just got back to me a few days ago, and I think the reason is that last time I had interview with them, I asked a lot of maybe good questions, and which impressed the interviewer.
Yes.
So they asked me whether they would like to take this opportunity. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that really helps even you didn't got the offer at that moment.
Perfect. Yes. And always show your curiosity,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Like for anyone to hire someone like a recent graduate, they don't need someone who's perfect. And nobody is perfect. And the interviewer don't expect you to be perfect. But you can be authentic, just like Nana just mentioned. Being authentic, be curious, and really show that you care. You really care about the company. You really interested in the team, in what they are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also have a question about this kind of expected questions. Sometimes they will ask you like, do you know this kind of stuff, this kind that kind of stuff? And sometimes the candidate just really don't know about that term. So do you have any suggestions for the students to answer this kind of question in a smarter way?
Just be honest. If you don't know, then you don't know. Because if you are trying to fake it, then you'll be in trouble. Because when
Yeah,
they probe more, then you don't really know how to answer that question. Then you set yourself in trouble. It's like, oh, that's a new term. I never heard about it before. I would love to learn more about that. Or wow, I learned something new today. So I didn't need to look into that. So it might be something that we'll look into after our interview today or something like that. Don't fake that you know it because you
right.
set yourself to trouble, like deep trouble, because there are people and interview like competency based interview, they dive deep.
Right.
Give me example. Give me example. How are you going to give example when you don't know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, last time I met this kind of question, I asked back and I asked the interviewer that can she explain to me about that
Perfect.
term and give me some examples?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That could be another thing. And so you ask back, or can you explain more? Or can you elaborate? I haven't heard that term before, or something like that. But yeah, but don't fake it.
So true. And you know what? When you show that capability to ask questions on something that you're unsure, it shows your problem solving skills.
Right.
Yes. And that comes every day when you work with them, right? Yeah. So they will know, like, if you get to work on something that you never experienced before, how would you solve that problem?
Yeah, like interpersonal communication skills.
Right. And also problem solving, like, I my background is human capital consultant. As a consultant, we don't know everything. To be honest, we don't know everything, but we ask the clients good questions so that they
Yeah.
can think, they can share, and then we can ask questions to help find a solution.
Yeah, I think that's very similar to the data analyst and business analyst role. They'll have many like configuration meeting with the client, so the recruiter will be very curious about how do you ask questions,
Mhm.
how do you like help your clients to understand the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think that's really important.